bleach everything. There's an excitement in ruining your hair, but I'm pumped. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to part 2 of making my hair pink. If you didn't see the last video, absolutely nothing happened in it, but you should still watch it because we're desperate for views. We used color oops to try and remove the color from my hair, and we learned that that did absolutely nothing for the type of dye and color that I have for my hair, because that's made for like standard box dye. My hair is dyed blue, and that's definitely not what color oops is for, and it should say that on the box, but it doesn't, and it smelled awful, and it's all I've been smelling for like 2 days. So let's get into it and bleach my hair and possibly turn it pink in this video. This video might just be the bleaching, and then we might have a part 3 that's pink. The title probably says it. So let's get into it. We went on back to Sally Beauty Supply, picked ourselves up some new supplies, because you know it's a supply store. And we have a mixing bowl, another comb, 2 boxes of semi-permanent pink dye. This is in the shade Flamingo. These will look probably like what I want, and if they don't, then it's fine. I'll fix it. Toner. This is T14 toner. These two go together. So this is the developer and this is the toner. And what toner does is it should make the blondes, whenever I bleach my hair, make them so they kind of match up. Because whenever I bleach my hair, it's still going to have a cool undertone because I have blue. But whenever we bleach up here, it's going to have a warm undertone because it's brown. And so toner should fix that, is what I've been told. But it also could be wrong. So we're just gonna ruin my hair today, and I can't wait. We also have professional hair coloring foil. The lady at Sally Beauty Supply said this should help the bleach work better and faster, and they did this whenever they dyed it at the professional place. I got it done last time, and it was a whole lot of foil, and this is 100 sheets, so I still hope that's enough, because last time I don't know how many sheets they used. It was a lot. That's all our new stuff. We're gonna do a test strip and see how things go. If you wanna know what other supplies we have, we talked about that all in part 1. So you're gonna see them in this video, but we talked about it in part 1, because in part 1 I thought I was going to be doing what I'm doing in this video, but that didn't happen. That's why this is a part 2. But I list the supplies and plans in the first video, so watch that. I'm also still sick, but not as much. I feel awful, but less awful. Here is my test strip piece. You use the developer, and then you put in the tonal powder and you mix those. The mixing ratio is 1 to 2, so I'd use one teaspoon of this and 2 teaspoons of this. And so that's how much I'm going to be using for my test strip. And also, you could probably hear the crinkling glove noise behind that, and that is my mother putting on gloves. Also, we're both wearing the same shirt, because as fun as ClamorCon is, these shirts we wear whenever we paint or mess with bleach. So that's fun.
So dump that in.
Okay.
And tap it.
Some lilac, lavender. And we're just gonna see how long it takes for it to lift. That's the right wording. We have checked on it multiple times, added heat as well. It's working really well on the brown part of my hair, but we're not so sure if it's doing great on the blue, the green, the teal.
Yeah, so as you can see, the brown is doing pretty good, but as soon as we get into the green/blue, it's not really, see, you can see. So we're going to...
Well, it certainly is a different color.
Yeah, it is a different color.
Huh, wow. But it's not blonde.
Yeah, so we're gonna cover it back up and we're gonna hit it with some heat.
Yeah, crank it up. All right, so it has been a full 30 minutes since we put the stuff in it, developer, bleach. So now we're going to rinse it out and see how it looks. Here's what it looks like currently. That's a lot more blue than green. So we're gonna rinse this and then we'll be right back. All right, so we have rinsed and dried it. And as you can see, I am blonde up here, brown up here, a little more brown right here, and then a very, very faded blue down here. Not super green, it's more blue than green, but I've got blonde and very light blue. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bleach everything, and then in a few days, we're going to bleach it again, maybe with more techniques and different things. We're gonna be doing a lot of Googling, a lot of research. The next video could be coloring, but it also might be chapter 2 of bleaching. So, comment down below bleaching tips, coloring tips, and things. There was a stylist, a hair person, who was commenting things, and she seemed very nice. And if she knows more things and more tips and tricks, she can tell us. And if she's watching this video and dying because how awful we're doing, that's great. Please comment down below and help us out. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bleach everything, and as awful as it will look, I'm excited, simply because I don't know. So it's time to ruin my hair by bleaching it all to look like this. There's an excitement in ruining your hair, but I'm pumped, so let's do it. Isn't this an interesting spot to film? What's up? How's it poppin'? You like my mismatching Valentine's Day and Christmas socks? They're super cool. All right, so we have finished well, not exactly finished, we still have to do roots and stuff, but we have done a majority of the bleaching process. My mother got better with the foil as we went along. We watched like 3 Guy Tang videos. It probably won't look great. It'll look not amazing. Right now we're waiting 30 minutes for the most recent ones to settle and process, and then we take them off and we do roots. Oh, and then we wash it, and then I come back and then I show you my super faded weird blonde hair. That'll look gross. And then in the next video, we either bleach it or we dye it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. This is a journey. Welcome back, guys and gals. This has processed, but now we have to take this foil off and do the roots.
You have to face this way.
Huh?
Oh, it didn't look too good. Face.
Take this.
No, you hold it for me. Oh my, okay.
Yay!
Some of it is okay.
Slapping it against my arm.
Well, I don't have a cape.
Yeah.
So, oh wow.
Does it look bad?
Well,
Oh, it doesn't look good.
that doesn't look that great there. Okay, well I guess we're supposed just supposed to remove all the foils. We paint the roots at the end because the roots will lift.
Well, I feel like you're just painting my hair. You gotta like section it to where you can see the roots.
Well, they're already sectioned because of the way that the foils were.
It's very cold, and maybe that's the reason why I'm so cold, because this is freezing cold.
Something, I'll tell you that. There's no going back from what's been done now.
Woo!
I don't know what to do. This is so much hair.
Hi. Got tape.
Oh my gosh, it's like hot. Like when I touch it.
Yes.
Chemical.
That works.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Everything is so itchy. It's awful.
I'm sorry, I'm working as fast as I can. Is it too hot or is it
No,
good?
I'm just in a very uncomfortable position. Yay! like from the 90s.
I feel like the blonde turned out
Yeah,
okay.
it did turn out fine. All right, so this is what it looks like after being rinsed.
Yes, Emma started to panic, so we washed
Ooh.
it off earlier than we should have.
My eyes were crying. I wasn't crying. It was just how my body reacted to it. And let me just tell you, I never want to do that again. You know, this right here is so ugly.
No. Oh no. I had to take it off though because.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm glad you took it off. I'm laughing at it. I find it funny. I don't know why I'm not angry or like sad my hair looks bad, but it'll all be fine eventually, right? Maybe.
This turned from a nice sit-down professional video to chaos.
Yeah, and you can see our lights. And
Yeah.
I was in pain there for a hot minute. This has gone to be a very unprofessional video over time. You can see all of our lights. We've moved the camera a lot. We're gonna try to fix this ugly part right here. That you can see it's like a weird rectangular triangle of golden brown. It's very obvious that we've never done anything with hair before. I mean, we've done like overtone, but that's very easy. And it's not like dye or anything, and we don't bleach anything. So, I think we'll learn a lot from this experience, and maybe next
difficulty
level.
overtone is like a 1.
Mm-hmm.
What we just did is
It's like professional level.
it's like a
That we
level
can't,
20.
that we couldn't do. We used a cheat system to unlock all the levels, and we got to a part where we don't know. It's like whenever Jonah skips ahead to the last math lesson. All right, so I have taken a shower. I put treatment in it, and I moisturized it, and then I put my curly hair stuff in it, and also blow dried it, which I usually don't do. So I know what it looks like, and it's a little weird, but it's still good. So, reveal time. That, wow, I'm Laguna Blue. I'm her, she is me, we are one. Look, those of you who know things about hair, comment down below how to get the blue out. Like, you can see it's getting there, it really is. And tune in Saturday, I believe, for another part 3, where I genuinely have no idea what we're gonna do next, because this is a journey, everyone, a true journey. Thank you for watching. Please comment, share, subscribe, thumbs up, follow us on Twitter, and see you later, alligator. Click these rectangles to watch more videos and click this circle to subscribe.